G'day everyone, and welcome to Plovdiv, Bulgaria. Now, you know when you arrive somewhere and you feel that you have arrived somewhere truly special? Well, for me, that is Plovdiv. This place, and I know I've said this plenty of times, but it is incredible. I'm not going to talk too much here now, but let's commence the walk and I'll show you why this place is so special. Right, so kind of at the top of the town now of Plovdiv. I am 100% sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but it's exactly how it's spelt. So at the top of the town is probably the most incredible place to visit in this town, and it is this ancient theatre. It is one of the oldest, best preserved theatres of the ancient times in the world. On top of that, Plovdiv is the oldest continuously inhabited city in Europe, which is incredible. That kind of blows my mind. Obviously right now they're setting up for an opera show. This place is built on opera right now, so yeah, we can't get in, but even during the day you have to buy a ticket to get in, but I would kind of advise against that. You don't really need to. You can see everything from through these fences for free, so don't bother about buying a ticket unless you want to go sit on the seats down there for some reason. Don't bother about it. Anyways, let's go for a little walk around this area and then we'll go for a walk around the town side as well, because it's so worth seeing. Got a little, I guess it's a cafe slash tea house up the top here. It's quite nice. Quite nice at the moment because it does get quite hot during the day. It's just gone 6 p.m. on a Thursday night now, and it's the perfect time to walk around this city because, as you'll see once we get down into the town, there's not much shade except for when the sun goes behind the buildings, which provides some shade. Now, one thing that Plovdiv has done so much better than Sofia is their signage. Yes, they have it in Bulgarian, but all their signage is also written in English, and it's amazing. So this is the ancient theatre of, I always want to say Philippoussis. He's a ex-tennis player in Australia, but it's Philippopopol or something like that. And you'll see that name everywhere in this town. And another thing with regards to the signage that this place does so much better than Sofia is the signage in the streets. You barely have to open your maps here because everything has a sign and pointing to where you want to go, and it's also in English. So for some reason this place is so much better than its capital city of Sofia with regards to that kind of thing. I don't know why. This is a high tourism location, obviously, with, as you can see right now, all these Roman ruins throughout the entire city, but Sofia also has this. So I do not know why it is so different. I guess perhaps the city council here or the tourism department here is just more open to accepting tourism and wanting tourism to come in. So this is a view from the other side, and you can see the city there in the background as well. I think the most fascinating thing about this place though, and it's quite hilarious, is these boulders over there being held up literally by ropes. Just below that white house there, which is a stunning white house, there's 3, 4, 5 big boulders with little ropes tied around them, holding them up from, they probably wouldn't plummet onto the theatre, but they would whatever's down below, I'm assuming a house. So yeah, I think that's quite hilarious. As to why they haven't removed those, I don't know, but hey, that's what you get in those countries, and I like it. Alright, so that's probably enough of the ancient theatre of Philippopopol. Let's go for a walk down the hill now and have a look around a little bit more. Now I've got the DJI Osmo camera out this time. I've got to get used to using this camera more than my phone. The video quality is definitely a lot better. The microphone unfortunately is not, so it is a little bit windy today down in the town centre. I'm just hoping that the wind doesn't impact on this video too much, but we shall see. So as I said, we're up a hill now. It's a little bit of a hill, but it's not too hard. Anyone can really get up here and have a look at this place up here. It's kind of the reason why you come to Plovdiv anyway, so you've got to get up here. But in saying that though, as soon as I saw that theatre, I was going, I wonder if Andrea Bocelli has played there. It is the absolute perfect place for him to play. So I googled it, and unfortunately he doesn't, or hasn't, sorry. But his son, Matteo, has, which is very interesting. If Andrea ever plays at this theatre, I will pay any amount of money to come here and listen to him. That would be my ultimate place to watch Andrea. But it's probably too small for him. He would probably knock down half of these buildings with the power of his voice. So let's just go for a bit of a meander. These streets are amazing just to walk around. It's the original cobblestones. It's just a beautiful, beautiful place just to walk around. But as you can see, there's been very little maintenance on the road, which I love. They haven't tried to make it safe. So if your ankles are a little bit dodgy, I would suggest strapping them up because it does get it really dicey. Wow, this is actually a hotel I'm showing you right now. Might go in. It's a Best Western BW Premier Collection. But just look at these beautiful buildings. As I said, this is the oldest continuously inhabited city in Europe, which blows my mind. It's actually astounding, and I don't think many people would know about that unless you're coming here and you researched it. But look at this. Look how they used to make the buildings. It's kind of like the upside down designs. Just really, really beautiful. But just pick a road and just walk down it. You're going to find so many things that are just going to make you go, wow. The road here is actually quite good. It gets a little bit dicey a little bit further on. Looks like they filled it here with a bit of concrete, but further on they have not. And it's definitely not a wheelchair friendly area, that's for sure. Oh, these garbage cans made me laugh. It looks like this is where all of our garbage cans when we were growing up have escaped to. The old tin cans where the garbage used to run along the road and empty them into the truck. Remember those as kids? But yeah, you do have to watch where you're stepping right here. There's actually no one here yesterday. It was really peaceful to walk around these streets. Coming up to the weekend, this place will be filling up. It's the train takes ages because it's so slow, but if you were to drive here, it'd probably take 2 hours, if that, I reckon. It's about 200 kilometers, so from Sofia, it's easily reachable. And I'm assuming that people come here on a weekend to escape the city. So yeah, it'll start to be filling up now. That's for sure. Hence more people getting around. But just look at this. How nice is it? That's beautiful. So I've kind of worked this place out If you're going downhill, you're going to reach the town centre. If you're going uphill, you're going to reach the theatre, one way or the other. So yeah, put your maps away, put your navigator away, and just have a wander. Souvenir shops as per usual. Also antique shops as well. Probably got some pretty good stuff in there if you're a collector of antiques. This beautiful old house up here. Have a look at that. That is beautiful. So well maintained and preserved. Yeah, glorious. And this is what I'm talking about, the signage. So they've gone into so much work with this. They've even put the meters on there. So Street of Crafts right there, set 270 meters. This is so far different from Sofia, where there is literally no signage. So yeah, here, don't be afraid if you're going to foreign countries and you can't speak their language. They are really trying here with their English to welcome tourists and make them feel more comfortable. So that's awesome. Right, we'll just quickly zoom down this street and we'll reach the town centre while we look at these places on the way. Academy of Music, Dance and Fine Arts. It's really an art kind of city, this one, especially with its opera. I've counted, I think, 2 opera theatres and one under reconstruction or development or being newly built. I'm not too sure, but yeah, definitely art type city, that is for sure. And just a stunning church up here. Again, another beautiful church. I'll quickly run up the stairs. If you're never going to come here, you're probably going to want to see these things with the gentlemen dressed in white drinking out of the natural fountains, which are all over Bulgaria. The water here is safe to drink, especially from the natural fountains that are all over the cities, which you'll see people filling up their water bottles from, because they don't trust the water in the taps, so they'll get them from the tap in the street. How nice is it? Look at this. That's the word I was trying to pronounce before. Philippopolis Art Gallery and Museum. Again, I cannot stop saying Philippoussis. You've got these little beautiful little restaurants dotted throughout. Restaurant Garden, Restaurant Philippopolis. Just stunning. And this one over here as well. I'm really hoping that if you knew nothing about Bulgaria, that this is surprising you. Because it has me, to be honest. Although it's going to sound really arrogant and really well travelled, the quality of the tourism sites and the historical sites in Bulgaria is astonishing. It, in some regards, beats some of the more famous cities in Europe, i.e. Rome, Italy, Spain, etc. And as I said it before, it is a lot cheaper. So yeah, if you're thinking that you want to come to a historical location and see some beautiful sites that on a historical scale are huge, I highly recommend Bulgaria. So that's the road up there to the theatre. That's the quickest way. So you can see the hill there. It's nothing too major at all. Alright, let's continue to walk. We're almost down in the town centre at the moment. So let's we'll check it out. Ooh, kind of a little jewelry shop slash cafe. With good looking people out the front. Get out of the middle of the road. As you can see, the sun is setting right now. Hasn't been too warm during the day, probably nudging 30. The humidity's up a little bit, but yeah, really quite nice. And it cools down at night time, which is even better. I didn't even have my aircon on last night, so that's how nice it is. So yeah, really, really nice weather. And given the times, just after 6, people will be starting to get out and about a little bit now, so you'll get a bit of a feel as to how these cities are. And this is what I'm talking about with the natural spring water. I'm just going to have a quick drink. Oh, I have to say it is better than the tap water. The tap water does taste a little bit feral, but that is just beautiful natural spring water. And it's chilled somehow too. Alrighty, here we are into this beautiful old town area, the main shopping area and restaurant, cafe, bar area of Plovdiv. We'll just go for a stroll around here. I think the thing that I love most about this area is what we're about to look at in 2 seconds. These old Roman ruins, or I don't even know if you can't call them ruins because they're not ruins. Another old theatre area that has been uncovered and preserved. I'm not sure if I really like that restaurant being there. They probably could have put a stage or something down there and done some little performances. Maybe some lesser known people could be performing in here during the day. That would be actually really nice. But hey, still a beautiful thing to see. And then you just turn around, you got these beautiful old buildings behind us here. So the shopping area, or the street area of Plovdiv, is kind of divided up into one walking street. You can either go, or you can walk on the length of the course, and I did that yesterday. You can go down in that direction, which is basically shops and restaurants, or you can go up in this direction, which I think is a lot better. It has a better vibe and feel to it. So we'll go this way. You, when you come here, can check out the other direction. There's another little area here that they've just got preserved. How cool is it? I wasn't expecting this. I knew the theatre was here, but I wasn't expecting this little site sort of dotted throughout the town. What are these people lining up for? Don't know what they're lining up for. Tickets for opera, I think. I think they have a show on probably once a week, probably on a weekend. Hence they're setting up for it now. So yeah, tickets are what everyone's trying to get at the moment. But as you can see, this is a beautiful, beautiful old walking street. Just how they maintain it. They've done little additions, like the plantings here, the plants hanging off the lights there. Even the lights are quite beautiful. But yeah, just really, really beautiful the way that they've done this. Not over the top. The buildings could probably use a little bit more maintenance, but perhaps that also adds character as well. They're not all looking freshly painted. Some of them have got a lot of paint chipping off them, and perhaps that does look good. Yeah, it's good variety between non-maintained and maintained. One thing I think was disappointing to see here was all the takeaway outlets have been accepted here. So you've got McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, Subway, they're all in the city, and it really says a lot with regards to how close we're getting to the major tourist area of Sunny Beach, or basically the Black Sea area of Bulgaria, which is where all the tourists escape to go to the beach. international tourists and domestic tourists. And yeah, you can feel that we're getting closer to that kind of tourist area, which I'm heading to next because I need a beach. But yeah, I'm only spending a couple of days in Sunny Beach and then moving on from there. But yeah, it'll be good to just go to the beach anyway. I know it's going to be crowded, but yeah, I've been in the cities for a while now, and I'm getting a little bit tired of them, to be honest. Although they're really beautiful and it's spectacular to see, I need the beach. Anyway, it's back on the Plovdiv. Just stunning, isn't it? It's interesting with this camera. Maybe it's not as hidden as my phone camera. Definitely getting a lot more looks holding this camera than what you do with the phone. Maybe people assume that I'm just taking photos with the phone. I'm not real sure, but yeah, it's interesting. I'll have to carry this around a lot more in more lively nightlife areas and see what kind of reactions I get. We'll see if we can have a few conversations with people as we go along as well. Which is probably another thing worth noting in Plovdiv. English has been okay to use here. Obviously I said the signage. See, it is another water fountain here. People love it. What was I saying? Obviously the signage is in English. They've done the translations there. Not everyone here speaks English. There seems to be a slightly, maybe a little bit older population. So look, that comes with every country where the older people don't really speak English. Younger generation obviously taught it in school. So yeah, it's a little bit different here, but still, I've got by okay. The owner of my guest house doesn't speak English, but you just use Google Translate for the messages that you send to each other, which is super easy, so it's nothing difficult. I really haven't had enough time to go out and have a few drinks at night time here. I'm only here for 2 nights and I've just recovered from my stomach bug or illness or whatever it was. So yeah, I've been laying low a little bit, just trying to recover from that and hope that doesn't come back, because it destroyed me there for a couple of days and made for some interesting events. Alright, we're coming towards the end of half of the walking street. As I said, we're only going to do half. This being the best half in my opinion, by far. Hence all the big restaurants are here. It's just a nice area, as you can see. Even McDonald's there. Would be quite nice just to sit out there and have a munch on a burger or something. But this area here is really nice. I love this area. Right next to the fountain. How nice is this? They're setting up for another concert down here as well. I saw it as I was walking through just earlier. Maybe it's a wedding. Something formal. They've got their own merry-go-round, their own sound system, setting up tables, their own lighting system. Not real sure what it is. Yeah, I don't know. But this is really nice here, isn't it? This will be full later on. But yeah, just really, really beautiful. Right, we'll go back this way. Another thing worth noting is that most of the old buildings, or the ones that look incredible, will have signs at the front of them saying what they are. Like this statue here will have this sign here describing what it is. This huge, beautiful building here also has a sign out the front of it. So I know I'm banging on about signs a lot, but they're so important to English only speaking tourists, or people that can understand English. A small percentage of people can understand Bulgarian. It has some similarities with other Balkan countries, but not many. So for Bulgaria to increase its tourism popularity, they really need to embrace English, and this place has really well, so it's awesome to see. Well done, Plovdiv. Big props to you, that's for sure. Right, let's take one last view down that way. I'll scan around here. It's something so simple, isn't it? These lights with the hanging baskets of flowers. Obviously it takes a bit of maintenance, but it just adds heaps. As do the trees. You can imagine these trees not being here. Well, maybe they were back in the day. I don't know, obviously, but yeah, good on them for cutting out a circle in the ground there and planting some trees, because it just makes such a difference. And if these trees grow to be quite large, it's going to offer so much shade, because as I said, this is open during the day. There's no shade sails. It is warm. So yeah, trees make a difference. Here's another site. Awesome site as well. More Roman ruins that they've obviously uncovered and made into, it really is an open air museum, which is awesome. These are dotted throughout the city, by the way, not just in this area. They're up where I'm staying at the moment as well. I went for a little walk this morning, and just ruins that have been uncovered and made into mini museums for people to come and check out, and they're so well preserved. As you can see, this place is right here. Really cool. If you're into history, this place will turn you on big time. And then there's another, probably the best one of the whole lot, apart from the theatre, just over here. But look at this square here. Sorry, I didn't mention that, but I love it. So well done. The beautiful buildings over there. Really wide open spaces just for people to enjoy themselves. But this is a crazy good one here. I love this one. Look at this. How awesome. So beautiful, isn't it? We'll go around now a little bit, and then we'll finish in the park, which is the best park that I've seen in the Balkans in a city centre so far. I'm going to assume that this is the old post office. I'm going to assume that writing there means post office. So let's call it that. Someone may correct me, which I have been corrected many times on my videos so far. Thanks for chiming in, people, and correcting me. Always open and here to learn, which is awesome. So yeah, continue to correct me if you know what I'm saying is incorrect, because sometimes I'm just guessing. It's says the ancient forum agora of Philippopolis, 1st to 5th century AD, is the largest and most significant architectural complex in ancient city with a surface area of about 200 acres. Just huge. So, once again, you do not have to go to Rome to see places like this. This is actually older than Rome, this city, or the most continuously inhabited city in Europe, which I know I've said plenty of times already, and it still blows my mind. Alright, that's enough of history. Let's go to nature and check out this beautiful park. How they've left this park as it is amazing. They haven't developed it, which is incredible. I've already kind of realised that Bulgarians love their parks. They love escaping in their parks, get away from the noise of the city, which is awesome. But just the huge big trees, just the greenery in here, the maintenance that goes into the place as well. I've seen workers around here all the time doing their horticultural type works, and it's really paying off. But it's also turning into autumn. Look at the trees, the leaves under the trees there, which is awesome. This would be actually so cool to see this place in autumn. There's so many leaves. All these trees would drop leaves, and they're just starting to now. Amazing. This is where I had my dinner last night. It's so peaceful. Yeah, there's plenty of people around, but you kind of don't really feel it here because it's just so beautiful. And everyone is kind of being respectful and being quiet. But just super duper nice. Right, we'll just keep on walking through a little bit. Yeah, so many looks with this camera. Maybe it looks a little bit more wanky. I'm not real sure. But yeah, it's definitely a lot more people having a geeze. There's these little water features throughout this little park, and I love it. You've got this central, we've got probably 3 or 4 main paths that just go straight up the middle of it. And it's just a great, I was going to say little oasis, but it's not, it's big. In the centre of Plovdiv, which is so cool. Right, we're just going to walk probably for another 2 minutes. I just want to show you this water feature over here, which I think is a complete waste of space and should be repurposed. It's the only issue that I've got with Plovdiv at the moment. So just cut across here. Also, I think it's worth noting now that I see it quite visibly that you have a sense that, sorry, just scratch my nose, you have a sense that, I'm going to look at the camera because it's easier to turn around. You get the sense when you're walking around in Bulgaria that it is completely and utterly safe. You see kids of all ages walking around by themselves and with their friends, and it's fantastic to see. You see girls walking around by themselves late at night without a worry in the world, and that is also awesome to see. So yeah, I think maybe Bulgaria, the name itself doesn't sound very nice, and by the way, Bulgaria is the original name of Bulgaria. Unlike most other countries in Europe that have changed their name, Bulgaria has not, which is a fascinating fact also. But back on the point, Bulgaria is completely safe. I've not heard of any crime here. I've never felt in danger, I've looked at all the other people, as I said, young people, young children, to females walking around by themselves at night time. It is completely and utterly safe. So I'm not sure what it says on your government websites with regards to travelling here. If it says use caution in every country, but ignore it also, because it is so safe, and on top of that, so beautiful. Anyways, back off me and back to what I think is the biggest waste of space in Plovdiv and should be repurposed. Have a look at this place. Now, I haven't been here at night time yet, but I'm assuming it turns into a light/water show. But they need to get rid of that immediately and make this a swimming pool for the public. I thought it was that yesterday when I came here. I saw it from the other side of the park. I saw blue water. I was going, oh, ripper, a pool. It's exactly what they need here. They're nowhere near the beach. There's nowhere else to swim. This would be such an incredible space for a public pool. Even at the depth it is now, it would be so nice just to be able to swim in this water instead of it being such a waste of what it is now. If it's just a light show at night time, it's only good at night time. Sure, you can still do that, rope off these fountains during the day so that people don't go near them, but allow people to swim in here. Bloody hell. I would live here if I could swim in here. I had so many plans just to come here for the day today and swim here until I found out yesterday that you can't swim. So yeah, a huge waste of space. So if anyone in power is listening to this, repurpose this pool. Or perhaps you can swim at certain times, so please correct me if I am wrong. But yeah, just thought I'd show you that. Alrighty. But also, it is a popular place for people to sit, but would be a good place for people to sit and watch their kids go swimming in there. So, here we are at the end of Plovdiv. I hope you got a lot out of that yet again. It has surprised me, this place. As I said, when I arrived here, you can really feel that you are somewhere special from a historical point of view. It is a small place, but it really packs a punch with regards to its assets in the historical area. Yeah, there's nowhere probably more important or bigger in Europe than this place historically. So encourage everyone to come here. Right, so tomorrow I'm off to Sunny Beach. It's on the Black Sea coast. It's probably I don't know, it's probably only a 2-hour drive from here again, but the train will be a lot longer because the train is annoyingly slow. I couldn't work out why it was so slow, but it is. So yeah, I'm there for 2 nights and I'm just travelling along north up the coast. So I'll be along the coast for a little while now until I get to Romania, where I'll stay on the coast still until I go inland to Bucharest, and then slowly making my way to Oktoberfest in Germany. So yeah, that's the plan for the coming couple of weeks. Hope you like this video. I hope you continue to like these videos. I'm sounding like a complete idiot now. I'm getting a bit embarrassed, so I'm going to end this. Yeah, hope you enjoyed watching, and yeah, enjoy your night, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. Cheers guys, bye.